Like, it's the holidays. We've got like stuff to do. Like stuff.
Ho, 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 ho. Good morning.
Good
Or
morning.
hey there. Welcome to
Hi
content
there.
class. Oh, I forgot to put the marketing class up there, but this is content. This is actually content related. I see some people are hopping on. That's good because today is going to be quick, fast, dirty, and like super valuable, I think.
Yeah,
If
I
you
do
want to
too.
take something off of a plate,
I do too.
that's what today
Jess
is all
is
about.
gonna crush this topic today.
Yeah, my favorite thing is just getting thrown out into the you're doing this for everybody. But the good news is this is candid. This is real life.
Hey,
We're
this
gonna
is
do
how
some
it is
threads.
when you are working in your business and there's like new things that come up all the time. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
since
hey
we're already
Amy.
recording, I can
Yeah,
just
we're
go ahead.
already recording. We need to say what the topic is real quick. Hey,
That's what I'm
Selena,
doing.
hey, Vaughn,
We've got several people.
Amy. Yeah. All right, go. What's the topic?
Yeah, so we're gonna do some threads this morning. And we know that those who love us really love us. We do have people who are like, oh, y'all are not my cup of tea.
And
That's
that's
fine.
fine.
But for those of you who we are your cup of tea, we know a big part of what sweetens that tea for you is the fact that we are just honest AF and we like to be really transparent with you. Yes, we are expert digital marketers. Yes, we can design some of the best websites along with the best in the world. We can
Online
design websites,
marketing,
SEO,
design, it doesn't matter.
social
Yeah.
media. We can do it. We're also a 2-woman team. We both have families. And just like you, we always feel like if I just had 4 more hours in today, I would be
And
exactly
every
where I
day.
want to be. That's how I feel every day when it
Yep.
comes time for me to go be a mom or a wife or something like that. So every time a new social media platform comes out, rather than being like, oh, let me go check it out, I almost have this sense of dread because it's like,
Oh,
uh,
another one.
something else to have to put on my plate and keep up with. But the reality is we're not experts in threads. That's not where we put food on our table, but it is going to be important going forward. So the question becomes, how can you be present everywhere without running yourself ragged into the ground? And the answer for us has always, since 2016, been automation. So, right up front, we are not the experts in threads. We haven't grown some massive,
Or
thriving.
Twitter, which is similar, same
Yes,
but different. Short form, if you don't know what threads are. So
right. Yeah. So, but we, just like you, want to be present on it because you should try to be present. You should always have a profile, it should always be optimized, and you should always be dripping a little something out on these platforms because it not only helps with your personal branding, it helps with your SEO. Because the last thing you want is for someone to go to their preferred platform trying to look for you and they can't find you. So today is all about how to shortcut that desire to be on threads. And threads is expected to be important in 2025. Do we want to talk just a little bit about that?
sure.
All right. Everything we're about to say, we are not political. You can ask us till you're blue in the face. You will never get an answer from one of us. But the reality is there is a big divide in America right now. There are a lot of people who are just super pro Twitter X, which everything we talk about today, we want you to turn around and do the exact same thing on Twitter because you need to be on Twitter too.
Right. We're just
For
talking about
those,
threads because it's new-ish. It's not new, but it's newish. So
yeah. So for those who are pro Twitter because of the now owner of Twitter and who he represents politically, there are super gung ho people on Twitter, and your people who want to spend their money are on Twitter. The same can be said for the opposite team, if you will. They are jumping ship from Twitter because of the political side of things and going to threads. So there are also people who want to buy your product and give you money on threads. All right.
so you should
So
you
you
should
need to
want
be
to
both
be
places.
on both, not for political reasons. So like
Yeah.
in business, we try to separate
Yeah.
because you're unless there are some industries, some genres, some whatever that might not align with that. But for the most part, if you're a brick and mortar store, you're trying to put food on the table, right? So let's sell and let's be present.
Red money and blue money spend the same. So if you are not in the business of discriminating or delineating between that, you've got to, even if you hate the owner of Twitter or you hate the idea of Meta, you've got to get past that and try to be everywhere. All right. That is probably the most political thing we've ever said. But
right. And not everyone agrees with that. Well, there are people diehards that think that you should be political if in your business and you should evangelize, like, whatever, however it goes. So anyway, but we're not
if you're
here
one
to
of
talk
those
about that.
people, then just take what we say today and use it for either Twitter
Exactly,
or
one or the
Threads.
other, wherever you align.
But you can
All
just
right.
as easily use it for both at the same time.
Exactly. So,
all right.
yeah.
So here we go.
All
We're gonna
money
do
is
Threads.
green. Savita says all money is green. It spends the same. That's right. So,
Yes.
anyway, so whichever you align with, this is really going to apply to both because of the type of content that it is. Short form, text-based content that's meant to be in real time, even though we're talking about scheduling it, which seems very counterintuitive, but it's not. You can think ahead to what you're wanting to put out there and then spend a few moments here and there, get jumping in and engaging like we talk about all the time with the other platforms.
Right. Okay. And I'm not sure. I don't think Threads is an app, so we can't even look at it here.
Try and see if you can.
I don't think you can. Because I already tried.
Look, they couldn't even buy the .com. That's terrible.
Well, let's see. All right. There's threads.net.
Yeah, do it.
That's funny. Okay. So here you go. You can.
You can.
But you cannot. Okay. Yes, you can. You can even publish from here. Okay, good. I just use the app.
So if
really
you don't,
just the dashboard.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about automation, but if you don't have a way to you still can do part of it as far as generating the content we're going to show you, but you can come here and post. So anyway.
Yeah. All right. So this is ours. Again, as we told you, we have done practically nothing with Threads. It hurts to say. Julie might be like, don't say that. But again, you're here for the real AF side. We just don't have the time. We put our efforts into getting organic traffic. And honestly, Facebook and Instagram are working well enough for us that we haven't had to explore these other options. But we do know going forward in 2025, with the big political divide that's happening, it's important. And the biggest thing is now Socially Sweet has the capability to automate for us. So if it can automate for us, it can automate for you. But even if you can't automate, we're going to show you how to bulk create some content today using ChatGPT. And it's going to happen really, really fast.
And what we're talking about automating is loading up posts that automatically get posted to both Twitter or X and Threads. So now Threads is available as well. So some people have a super strong strategy for Twitter, X. So you just want to sort of take the same thing and apply it to Threads. All right, here we go.
All right.
Yes.
So Threads, up to 500 characters. It also supports imagery and videos that are up to 5 minutes long. All I did to bring this together, basically what I did in about 5 minutes, I practiced. We're going to do one live too, just so you can see. It took me about 5 minutes. I created 25 relevant threads and I queued them up in our dashboard to have them automatically posting. So let's see if I can get out of there. And I will look. Let's see right here if I can just pull these up so you can see the final result, and then we'll go forward. Is it going to take forever now?
It's been super snappy lately, but of course, because we're recording and doing all the things. So, but back up a second, just talk about like what, you may be going to, but like what in your opinion is the relevant type of content? Like not specifically for our industry, but for any industry. What does this make sense? Like
So, yeah.
questions,
Okay.
like
So,
ways to get it started.
right. So that's what I was going to do is I was going to scroll up. I was going to show you what I did with ChatGPT because we're not wizards. And I knew the answer to these questions. So I don't want you to think I was looking. Sometimes we do go in and we ask ChatGPT for insight on certain things that we need some help with. But the purpose of the prompts that I put into ChatGPT was to help it learn and make sure it was on the same page as I was. So
Correct.
what I told it to do, and you need to do this too when
Is
you
you're
get
gonna
into
prime. Sorry, I was like we talked about it before. You're priming your thread is what you're doing here. So
Yes,
go ahead.
you're going to go in and you're going to prime your ChatGPT thread. So, what I asked it to do is to research everything it can about threads and how to post on that social media platform effectively. So, essentially, when it does this, it is going to search the website or search the internet. So, lots of websites and learn the history, learn the requirements, learn, some of what works and some of what doesn't. And then I ask it to give me that description so that I'm sure I agree with what it says. All right. And it comes back, it's searched like 8 websites to find this information. So once I did that, I experimented a little bit because I thought this would be fun. Now, I want you to read this blog. This is one of our blogs that's relevant for right now. So it's the Ultimate Holiday Marketing Guide. And then I asked it to create 50 thread posts. So 50 was a little, what do you say, ambitious. It was a little ambitious, but I got it to create these. And one thing it did that it does not need to do, so when you do this, is it hyperlinked this for me. I feel like that's just dumb. It doesn't quite understand. It's got to spell out the URL. So once it got done, I had it rewrite to spell out the URL. Right. So these are just little snippets. I would call these weak thread posts, or at the very least, like a highly promotional type post. But I'm going to use some of them anyway because it's not actually selling anything. It's just pointing them to this blog. So it came up with several of them because that particular marketing guide is full of content. So that was good. Then I decided that I wanted to also create some that weren't just about holiday marketing. And again, we're going to create some too live. I'm giving you the recap so that you can see the functionality and see what I did in the whole thing probably took me about 10 minutes. So now take a minute to learn about my business. So this is what you would do, right? Take a minute to learn about my business and everything we offer at, and then I gave it this URL. Okay. It went there. It learned when we were established. It learned who we help, how much experience we have, what we focus on, came up with some of our core services. And then I asked it to write 25, this is important because I could tell that it wasn't exactly giving valuable posts. And one thing I think Threads is really useful for is if you can get someone if you can give them like a quip or something that's kind of entertaining or something that they can rethread and say like, oh, I totally agree, or yes, let's try this, or we need to implement this, and then they tag somebody, that stuff works better than just like a hollow statement, right? So in this particular prompt, I asked it to create 25 valuable Threads posts that speak directly to our ideal client. And then I even gave it some ideas like tips, tricks, advice, questions, jokes, or anything else that can be tied into digital marketing. And then I said, make every 5th thread about a product or service with a link to learn more at our website. Holy cow. I have to say that right there makes the $20 a month for a paid ChatGPT subscription really amazing. Because when you use the paid one, it will go out and, it'll search and source these links for you. Came up with these. I liked every one of them. It gave me 5 of each. Gave the links. The only one I changed was the last one, Save Time and Grow Smarter with our all-in-one marketing solutions. I went ahead and made that one more targeted, and I gave it the socially sweet link so that it just, it went somewhere more targeted. One thing I noticed that I didn't like about these that I didn't want to have to edit was it had the quotation marks. So I asked it to take the quotation marks out. It did that. And then the rest of it was copy and paste into a CSV. Now, if you don't have automation, you could stop right there and just copy and paste from your ChatGPT, or you can paste it into your notes on your phone, or an Excel file, or just a Google Doc. It doesn't have to have all of this. But for us, I went ahead and I pasted it into here, into a CSV, downloaded it, and I uploaded it. And wow, that did not show the ones that got there.
You also can, it's a little bit advanced, but you also can ask for the output to be a CSV file in ChatGPT, and it will put it in a table. And then there's a download button. That's advanced. We need to have but I've done it. So it's very nice.
Yeah,
So you can skip
it is.
It's no big deal to paste into a Google Sheet at all. So to take, the ones that come there, but you can get fancy with it. Just do a hard refresh and see what's happening.
I did do a hard refresh. Unless you mean close it and open it back up.
No.
I hit refresh. All right.
Do control Alt R.
Hold on. Here we are.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Okay. So I did put this in a queue, but the queue is not. I'm going to try queue one more time, and then I'll just show you the schedule. They came in, and then this one was actually the first automated post I tested 49 minutes ago, so it is working. If you keep going, obviously we haven't posted here in a long time, so I'm not expecting any massive amount of engagement right off the bat. But if you go over to Twitter, you'll see the same post over there. Yay! So the way you would create
these,
do what?
It's working twice as hard for us.
Exactly.
Half the effort.
So the way I would keep making these, and I probably will keep going this afternoon, because 7 days a week, that's not too much content, 25 posts. Even if you add in the holiday posts, which those will only work for, another few weeks, and then we're talking about New Year's, I'd pull another blog. So I'd go over here and I'd find something that is more, what would you say, content marketing? Sure. One of our more core blog posts.
Right. And if you don't have a blog, that's okay too, because you can switch it, and whatever your industry is, if you're like Savita's chatting right now. So she's Money Matters. Like you can use other people's content. Just go and get ChatGPT to give you some relevant, like you prime it, talk to ChatGPT like it is a person, like it is a personal assistant to you, and it will, you may have to refine it a little bit, but
yes.
So I just don't want people thinking, okay, I gotta go find a blog. I mean, you can find somebody else's blog. You go to money.com and put in one of their blogs and just say,
yes. All right. So I want to do the same thing here with that. This is just one of our January blogs from last year that we'll be brushing up here in the next week or so to get it ready for this year. So now read the I want to say valuable. Sorry, I can't type apparently when people are watching.
That's right. A-okay.
Will serve our ideal client. Include a CTA to read more on the blog and spell out the URL.
Right.
And otherwise, it doesn't get it every time. And I may have to ask it to exclude quotation marks. I would say a few other things, but for the sake of time, we're just going to go ahead and see what it says. Search in the web.
Yeah, and other types of content or questions. We talk about questions all the time for our other platforms. Just get a conversation started on Threads. So those are good to add to the mix as well.
There you go.
Look at there.
Nice.
Very nice. And if you don't already have a blog, you can get ChatGPT to write one.
Yeah. So the beautiful thing about this is every time we post one of these, it's a backlink to our website.
Exactly, which is huge for your SEO.
So good. So good. So I'm just going to say these are awesome.
And especially like those, I'm
This
just
needs to
going to
be
say
moved.
too that those could be repurposed. I'm sorry, we're talking about threads, but those could be repurposed for Pinterest because Pinterest is a huge, like throw your,
Yes.
you got to have a graphic. Okay, so there's a little bit more to it for Pinterest, but that content can be repurposed. We talk about shortcuts all the time.
I'm just going to make this January. Of course, we know it's about marketing because it's our stuff. What did I do that for? Because people are watching. I get all like nervous and jump. Duplicate. Here we go. Rename January because I have to have those across the top. Paste.
It's okay. Go back and
Yeah, I think it's because I copied it the way I did.
can you do a
I don't know.
So what's happening is it's putting it in one, and then she's just gonna have to go and take out the extra rows that are in there. So
I don't want to.
You could try and see if it says.
I mean, I only have to do it a few times.
Put these in a CSV table and see what happens.
Wait, are the first two the same, or is this? Oh, I just pasted it in the wrong spot. Okay, sorry.
It's all right. We're all friends here. We're all figuring out together, so don't be sorry.
Here we go. Delete row. All right, so I would delete these rows. And then if you don't have a way to automate it, then I invite you to become a Socially Sweet member. But if that's not in your budget, it's $99 a month, then this would be where you stop. Oh, yeah, you get a ton of other content too. But this would be where you stop.
You can put these in your notes in your phone and you go.
Yes.
Or you put them wherever.
Yes. And then you can put a reminder on your phone, like maybe 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. And then you just go in there, copy, paste. It's done. The hard part of having to figure it out or what am I going to post is done. So we have 300 must try hashtags. How about we do this blog too, so that I can just go ahead and get like a whole month of posts? Sound like Julie?
Yep. You're making it work. Hey, work smart, not hard. So if you're in fitness, like there's so many topics. And again, you're trying to get a conversation started or just like short messages that will,
Well, yeah. And truthfully, the posts I'm showing right now, the posts I did earlier, the first ones I showed that are digital marketing, these are conversation starters, right? What's your social media superpower? Meme queen, hashtag wizard, engager extraordinaire, etc. Or confession time. How often do you check your analytics? Those are engaging conversation starters. What we're writing right now is the sole purpose of creating backlinks and hopefully driving traffic to our website, which is always a good thing. But you may be on a different chapter. You may have a different goal. So we can talk about that because I know I promised in the email that we would give you tips for your threads too. So if you have questions,
anybody that's here that has questions, go ahead and drop them. If you have your niche and you're not sure what would work, drop your niche and
yeah, we'll ask ChatGPT for you.
Right. And
or
again,
we'll tell you.
We need to go back and have just another. It's been a while, and ChatGPT has upgraded so much. We need to just have another in January because December is kind of
almost over.
Yeah. So in January, we need to have another ChatGPT, maybe a series because there can be. And inside Socially Sweet, so Jessica mentioned in Socially Sweet, it is $99 a month, but the AI is built in there. We've built in things for you, how to write blogs, how to write emails, and all of these things that will hook up with your ChatGPT. Other things, obviously, you get industry content if you're in, like we do the content for you. Our YSP is delivered there, and you get industry content. So, but scheduling to threads. Wow.
All right. I don't know why it's saying no messages found. I think it's just got a little bug in it.
Savita wants to know, what was the prompt you used for the content mix, please?
Oh, yes, sure.
And then Lori says, I don't have a blog yet. Mine is Holistic Care for Bulldogs.
Oh,
niched down, and I love it.
a great niche.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need that. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. So we can show that one, because like priming your ChatGPT, it'd be like, what are some common problems, like you want to tell what you do, and then it would be like, what are some common problems with bulldogs, and then what are some holistic approaches, and now give me, and then Jessica will show you like give me the questions, give me tips, give me, it's really the same. This same content can be used on all networks. It's just the delivery in this one is a little bit different.
All right. So I just want to interject here and say I have 30. I got 15 for each of our 2 biggest blogs. I have 30 threads, and I'm going to start them. Oh, I could actually add when they post, right?
Mhm.
Instead of worrying about the queues and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm just going to do that real quick.
Yeah. So for anyone here, like and I'll make a new video for this, but in our Socially Sweet, you can bulk upload your own content. We do this for you every month, but with threads, we don't necessarily provide your own thread content. You can use some of our content as threads, and you can post it. But this is any content that you create. You start with this little form here, and it's like your message. If you've got an image, where it lives, when it's going to post.
All right.
See how fast this goes. So.
Yeah, when you think about the normal time it would take you to, okay, what am I posting on threads today?
Just the time to, even if you've done all of this work ahead of time, and just to go and open up the app and paste it in there, when right here you can put them all at one time.
I'm going to do 4 p.m. because the general ones were in the morning, and I want random, right? Do I write it out?
Yes.
Random.
Which means it's going to post
anytime in the 4 o'clock
hour. In the 4 o'clock hour.
All right. Nothing else. Oh, I guess I could put it in threads.
Yeah, so that way like you can sorting in our program. And again, this can be done other ways, but.
All right, file download. Here we go. CSV for.
Download is a CSV.
Okay. So I have it going to
Savita says,
threads.
Socially Sweet is awesome sauce. Thank you, Julie and Jess. You two rock. So this is the format we would use to bulk load our own content. Yes, right here on the screen. See that download example? There it is. And you can download. We have it right there for you. So if you click, that will give you these headers across the top, and then you just paste in. You can do it in Excel, or you can do it in Google Sheets.
All right. Threads. Let's see.
And we can share a Google Sheet with you. So if we like Google Sheets, so we can just find them in the cloud.
All right. Threads is in here. My sheets there. I have Twitter. I don't want to hold these posts.
Right. This is one of the most important little buttons right there, the little hand. Since you're doing them yourself, like you've approved them, if the hand's not purple, then they will load, and they will automatically post. You don't have to do any other steps.
All right, I'm adding them to the queue.
And it says add to queue, but these are actually going to be scheduled, because she actually put dates and times in. We do have queues where you can set up a rotating queue, and I don't know, with Twitter, I don't know if Threads allows us to recycle posts. Twitter does not allow us to post the same post as an automation.
Woo! I love that green banner, man. It
I
means
know.
everything went
No
right.
errors. It's like,
All
man.
right. So now we're going to go to the calendar. I'm going to see if I can. No, we're done. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to see if I can show you all of our hard work. And then I'll come back and look at you guys. And
you got to do the bulldog.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
Yeah. Threads for, the bulldog thing.
Hold
all
us.
right. So this is crazy. Don't go nuts yet. Hold on. Give me just a minute.
And you would think that there would actually, like, that's a lot of content, people think, but we do split ours over like different things, different places. And these are all our little, on the right where she's showing all of those are our categories for, and remember, she put this in threads. So when it's toggled to threads, and she's just going to show threads of what's on the calendar, and there they are.
All right. So here you go. This is the one that went today. And I quickly scheduled. These are my morning ones.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I haven't done the December yet. I guess I should have done that first. But you'll see right after Christmas, those. Oh, come on. It's going to take forever to load each of these pages. The January blog threads will also start going in the afternoon. Probably about the time I run out of the general ones. Sorry. I didn't think about this. I should do it by month.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You'll see.
Show them. Click the month view. Well, you can scroll down because I think on this one, I think you had a couple in the very last week.
Yeah. Sure. So there you go. This is going to start right. Not the day after. We'll give everyone a chance to digest and nap.
Yeah.
But then on the 27th, we were talking about kickstarting your marketing, and we're sending people to those blogs.
And can you show while you're here, like if you don't like a time, like if she put them all in the 4 o'clock hour, if she wants to move some to the 7 o'clock hour, she can just drag it down and it will actually move.
Sure.
And if you can do that on the month view as well. So those are able to be moved. When they're in a queue, we've moved away from using queues for delivering your content for you so that you have more flexibility this way. And it's just,
there you go.
The other way. Click the month view really quick just for them to see what the month view looks like.
Oh, yeah. It's impossible whenever you have everything toggled because it's just so jumbled. But when you're just isolating like this, which you probably won't have near as much as we have in here.
Savita wants to know how many times a day. So X,
here you go.
You can do, I mean, it's a bunch. I'm going to look and see what threads, because I actually don't know this.
Oh, crap. I didn't mean to change the color.
This says on don't get excited here because you just got to start somewhere. 5 to 10 times a day on threads. So, but then this other one says 3 to 10 times a day, depending on your audience and niche. Hey, but with this, look, you could, like, you could have, and so you can also use like cues I talked about, but you can do like, you could set up and do 100 tips, and you could do 100 questions, and you could do 100 funnies. I don't know. Or I don't know. Anyway, and set them up. And what I need to find out is if threads can be recycled, because we do have a way that they could be recycled. And if you have it in queue, it would just start over. So you never run out of content because it's going to recycle your post. You cannot do that on Twitter, though. Let's see, Lori, can you have images and videos included to automate? Yes, you can. With that, and on that screen where I said that download was, all the instructions are right there. There's also a video, and I need to update the video. The issue with is making your images, and then you have to put them somewhere that our system can go find them. And so that is a little bit
more than I thought. Sorry, go ahead.
It is a little bit techie for some people, but I will do a video of how to do that. And there's in that screen, there's a place that you can do it for free. We use S3, Amazon's S3. but there's a way to do them for free in that little screen. Jessica Mike can show it one more time. It's when you go into the system, it's under publish and then import. So publish and then imports all the way on the right, and then you'll see all the directions. It's step by step written out how to do this.
Publish, import.
Yes.
Okay, that's where I'm going anyway.
All right, and scroll down right there, and it says right there where it says the image. Oops, you back up. And it says third column is image URL. It talks about, and it says in this free image, you just have to put it somewhere. Dropbox does not work. You would think that it would, but it doesn't. And I don't think a Google Drive will work. So we've got that as a free service, and then you can do Amazon S3. We deliver, we pay $2 a month for our Amazon, and I would bet that we've probably got 1 million images in there, like literally. So it's not expensive, but again, getting it set up. Maybe I'll do a video.
All right. For those of you who might have still been watching, I just scheduled the 20 posts for December. So awesome. Now we can go back here and you'll be able to see. It'll take me a minute to show you, but I have now a afternoon thread going that points people to our marketing blog. Let's look at the month, and then I'll sort it out so you can see. And then we take off basically the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th of having the afternoon marketing posts. But yes, Julie is right. We have, twice a day is better than not at all
in none a day.
Year.
Right. Exactly. And so we didn't just jump on Threads. I mean, it's been available. We talked about it when it first came out. But as you know, platforms come and go. Like Clubhouse was huge a while back. Like the audio was a big thing. So some things come and go. Anything that we can automate and we can make it easy, we might as well embrace and go ahead and load it up. Like literally, you could do your whole year. You could sit down and say, okay, I'm going to spend the next 4 hours and I'm going to get my whole year done. It could happen. Like I promise you, I could do a year's worth of. Jessica could probably do it in 3 hours. But we still have to do Bulldog.
Okay, yeah. It's going to load and then they'll see now the calendar is full, 2 threads every day, just a few minutes of work. And then we go down to 1 thread here.
And you can see that the little that they're going to Twitter. We haven't changed. Twitter is what we know it as still. So Twitter is our icon, and then the Threads icon. And you can see that those are going to both. So
yeah. All right. So you said Bulldog.
Holistic care for bulldogs, and I would just say I'm a holistic care practitioner.
Do I start over?
Yeah,
in a new thread.
I would.
Okay.
So it doesn't get convoluted.
All right. I'm a holistic care provider for bulldogs, and I'd like to establish my presence on Threads. Threads. Research.
Everything about bulldogs and our holistic care for bulldogs. Just say that. As well as common issues or something like that. Because we don't, I mean, obviously if it's a holistic care, it's going to be addressing something. Dang, I just remembered something and now
use what you learn to write 20 valuable or 20 threads posts that
captions
would be valuable.
Lori says raw feeding, aromatherapy. Well, let's see what it comes up with. We can steer it.
20 threads posts that would be valuable to my ideal client.
Okay.
Ta-da! Let's
All right,
see.
we're gonna see what happens, and then you can add raw feeding and
It's already
aromatherapy.
found the AKC and
Yep. Remember, we do have a pro account. We actually have a pro Teams account, so it doesn't learn off of our content. So
wow. Okay, so what it did there is it wrote 20 posts, but it gave citations for each.
right, like it would be pointing them to other people's blogs is what it's sort of not exactly doing. It found content. Now, yes, Jessica's gonna say now rewrite to make each post.
You
Have a
need
call to action. Like, I don't know if you have a website. Like, we would want to send them to your website or to DM you. Is that what it's called in Threads? DM. I mean, I guess it's still on the anyway. All right. And again, so we're going to let it do this, and then we're going to actually steer it towards write some on raw feeding and aromatherapy, something like that. And again, you just have to, you don't have to start all over. Like, it learns, chat learns with you.
Ooh.
See,
So
these
this
are
is
great.
better.
Yes. So and I love showing. It's like, oh, that wasn't what I was wanting. I did one yesterday. It was like,
Yeah, because that's where most people stop and they're like, ChatGPT sucks.
right. No, it doesn't. You just have to know how to get what you want.
Nice. Right.
Yeah, like skin issues, joint pain, with proactive
This
natural approach.
PTAs, keep
And I
in
don't
mind,
know if
it
you
has no
sell,
idea about your business name or brand at all. It's just
right.
making want personalized tips for your pup. Schedule a consultation today and let's tackle these challenges together. At that point, they would click on your profile and ideally see a link there that they could set up that.
Exactly. And you may sell, like, we don't know about you either, that like you may be a practitioner and sell supplements and all of the things they may need to come in. You may do a Zoom. Like, you can tell the chat all of those things, and um
Oh,
it will give you a better result. The more you can tell it about you,
well,
what you do, your approach, what makes you different in that very first priming of it, the better off you'll be. But yeah, it's amazing. So
I was just going to give these to her before we left. Holistic bulldog care. I have a bulldog, so I like this. Holistic, a very
like,
lazy couch potato.
I had in my mind English bulldogs. So I don't know
Oh,
what kind.
maybe.
Yeah. But it may not be. I just
It
had that
probably
in my
is
mind.
English
They
bulldog
do
because they're
have
the ones with all the
all
health
the problems. Yeah.
Never mind. Okay, I have a mutt. There you go, Miss Lori. You can download that, and anyone else who might want 20 holistic
But
bulldog
I mean,
threads.
just try it. And if you don't like how it's going, oh, she works with all bulldogs. Awesome.
All bulldogs, yeah.
Yep. So just play with ChatGPT. Give it a good college try to just put, like, tell everything you can about yourself and then what you're trying to get. So it is really amazing what you can get out of it. Really amazing.
Yes.
So hopefully that just little, again, if you sell things, like you could point, like you could get it to write a pointed post about if they need aromatherapy or if like how it helps with anxiety, aromatherapy, blah, blah, blah. And then you've got this product that is sold on your website. Like you can make all that happen in one thread and point them to your website.
Exactly. Yeah, so hopefully we demystified it for you and made threads or being present on threads be a lot less
Daunting?
daunting. Yes, I was going to say insurmountable, but daunting. Yes, better.
Mountable
Because
sounds cool.
with a little bit of technology use, you can really make it work for you. So yeah, there, Julie, I did December's threads for us.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
Yeah, if anybody else, or we're about to cut and run, so if anybody else has specific question about your industry, anything, please speak now because we want to make sure.
Oh,
Hey,
hey, Amy, you've been here the whole
freelancer.
time.
Yep,
Thank you for showing up again.
yep. So like Amy's our book digital author. She helps authors. So
Yes.
yeah, there's like
Blue
so
Sky
much.
is coming very, very soon too to our dashboard.
That's what I was going to say too. Yes,
Like
we're
next week.
adding the profile Blue Sky. There are lots of new things going on. We don't talk about it enough. We need to work on it. So
Yes.
yes, awesome, Yvonne. I'm glad that you found it informative. And again, these apply not just to threads. You can use this technique to do anything. And again, a lot of this is built right into the system in the AI writer portion. We're not talking about that today, except for I'm just going to reference it. So anyway, I need to find out if we're going to add the threads. I will check on that. So
Awesome.
like,
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll
thanks.
see you next week.